What if I told you that a 20-gallon air compressor can be the difference between finishing a project with ease or fighting with tools that just can't keep up? These machines can be surprisingly handy for everything from working in the garage to keeping equipment running smoothly. In this video, I'm going over the best 20-gallon air compressors. I'll be matching the products to a few different categories so you can see which one fits your needs best. You'll find all the links to the products down in the description. If you enjoy this kind of content, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss future videos. And if you've got any questions, just drop them in the comments. I'll be checking in there. Let's get started with the reviews. Ingersoll Rand GarageMate Best Overall Horizontal 20-Gallon Air Compressor. This one stands out because it's built like it means business. Instead of being a lightweight tool that's only good for quick jobs, this compressor gives you 2 horsepower and around 5.2 CFM, which means it can handle a decent range of air tools without struggling. I've seen plenty of people get frustrated with smaller units cutting out too quickly, and that's less of an issue here. The tank is a full 20 gallons, but what really makes it practical is the horizontal design with the handle and tires. You don't have to wrestle with it every time you move it around the garage. The cast iron cylinder and enclosed belt guard give it that tough build people expect from this brand. Now, it's not whisper quiet. It runs around 80 decibels, which is about the same as standing next to a vacuum cleaner. So you're gonna hear it, but it's not unbearably loud either. The synthetic oil it runs on is another highlight, since it can go up to 2,000 hours before you need to change it, which cuts down on maintenance. It sits in the premium price range, but with the build and durability here, that makes sense. This one's best for someone who wants a dependable horizontal compressor for steady garage or workshop use. Northstar Vertical Air Compressor, Best Overall Vertical 20-Gallon Air Compressor. This one goes with a vertical layout, which makes sense if you don't have much floor space in your shop or garage. It runs on a 2 horsepower motor, giving you about 5 CFM at 90 PSI and 6 CFM at 40 PSI. That means it's more than capable of handling things like impact wrenches, nailers, or other mid-range air tools without running out of breath too quickly. The build feels heavy-duty with its cast iron pump and wrinkle powder-coated finish. The V-style cylinder setup is smart too, since it helps keep things cool and extends the life of the pump. It runs around 80 decibels, which is right in line with other compressors this size, loud enough that you'll notice it, but not ear-splitting. Portability is handled with steel ball-bearing wheels and no flat tires. Now, this unit weighs close to 200 pounds, so it's not exactly something you'll be tossing in the back of a truck by yourself, but it can be rolled around without much hassle. There are a few quirks, like some people mentioning the drain valve placement isn't the most convenient, and the regulator might need an upgrade for higher airflow. It sits in the premium price range, but the build quality and vertical design make it a strong pick if you need something space-saving and dependable. Clutch 20-Gallon Air Compressor, Best Budget 20-Gallon Air Compressor. This one is for folks who don't want to spend a premium price, but still want something that gets the job done. It runs on a 2 horsepower motor and can reach up to 175 PSI, which is higher than most other compressors in this size. At 90 PSI, you're looking at about 4.2 SCFM, which is enough for light to medium shop tools. One of the big pluses here is the oil-free pump. That means you don't have to think about changing oil or doing regular upkeep on that side of things. It makes it more beginner-friendly, and honestly, less hassle is always welcome. Noise levels come in at about 80 decibels, so expect it to sound like a vacuum cleaner. Noticeable, but not unbearable. Portability is another win. At about 90 pounds with large wheels and an ergonomic handle, it's a lot easier to move around than some heavier units we've talked about. The rubber foot stabilizers are a nice touch too, since they cut down on vibration and keep it from wobbling across the floor. A few people have mentioned small leaks at first, usually fixed by tightening fittings. For a budget pick, that's not too surprising. If you're looking for value without giving up useful features, this one fits the bill. DeWalt DXC MPA 1982054, Best High-End 20-Gallon Air Compressor. If you're looking for something that pushes a little harder than the average 20-gallon unit, this one steps up nicely. It runs at about 1.9 horsepower and can deliver 7 CFM at 40 psi and around 5.7 CFM at 90 psi, which makes it one of the stronger performers in this lineup. That kind of airflow means it's comfortable running higher demand tools for longer stretches without constantly pausing to refill. The pump is oil lubricated and built with a cast iron crankcase and twin cylinders, which gives it a long-lasting feel. Add in the aluminum head and valve plate, and it's designed to stay cooler while working, which is always a good thing if you're putting it through steady use. Users often say it builds pressure quickly and is quieter than some older compressors they've had before. It's set up with wheels and a handle for portability, though a few people do mention the handle isn't the strongest part of the design. Still, the horizontal style makes it fairly easy to move around. Maintenance is straightforward thanks to the oil sight glass and simple access for oil changes. This unit lands firmly in the high-end price range, but with its airflow, durability, and professional build, it makes sense for someone who wants a heavy-duty 20-gallon compressor that's ready for serious work. California Air Tools 20020, best quiet 20-gallon air compressor. If noise is something that drives you crazy, this compressor is going to catch your attention right away. It runs at about 70 decibels, which is much quieter than most other 20-gallon options out there. That's more like a normal conversation level instead of the roar you usually get with compressors. It's powered by a 2-horsepower motor and delivers about 5.3 CFM at 90 psi, or 6.4 CFM at 40 psi. Those numbers put it in a nice spot for steady use with a range of air tools. The pump is oil-free with a dual piston design, so maintenance is low and the life cycle is rated at over 3,000 hours. That's a lot of work time without needing major upkeep. The tank itself is steel, and at around 114 pounds, it's not too heavy compared to some others in this size. With the no flat wheels and handle, it can be moved around without much stress. It also has thermal overload protection, which gives you some peace of mind if it's running hard for longer jobs. Most people like it for being so quiet and convenient, though some mention durability issues after months of use. It falls into the mid-range price bracket, making it a good pick if you want quieter performance without stepping up to premium pricing. Whether you need something quiet, space-saving, heavy-duty, or budget-friendly, there's a 20-gallon compressor out there that fits the bill. Each one comes with its own strengths, so it really just depends on what matters most for your setup. If you're interested in any of the products, you'll find the links right down in the description. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Got questions? Drop them in the comments. I'll be checking there. And if you want more gear breakdowns like this, be sure to check out our other videos too. Thanks for watching.